What is one scam that people think legitimized is, but is 100% a scam? I used to work for a company that did those free vacations. You know, the ones where you get a free cruise or trip to some exotic location, but you have to pay for the flight, taxes, and fees. The cruise was free, but the taxes and fees were usually around $200 per person. The flights were always at least $500 per person, and you had to pay for your own transportation to the airport. The hotels were always at least $100 per night, and you had to pay for your own food and drinks. The trips were usually for 3 to 5 days, so you were looking at spending at least $1,000 for a free trip. The worst part was that the trips were always during the off-season, so the weather was usually terrible. We would get people calling in all the time, complaining that they couldn't take their trip because of a hurricane or something, and we would just tell them that they could reschedule for another time, but they would have to pay a $50 rescheduling fee. We also had a lot of people who would call in and say that they couldn't take their trip because they couldn't afford it, and we would just tell them that they could transfer it to someone else for a $50 transfer fee. We made a lot of money off of those fees.